What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Joey Wright and John Luke Garofalo. What's up, boys?
What up?
Not much. Ready to play some games.
Joey
Plural,
us
there's
that
two
he
games.
has never won the game that we're playing today, and trying to keep that streak alive for Joey is our friend James Kreiss. For those of you that do not know James, aka the FF Chef, you can find him on Twitter at FF_Chef. He is the co-host of the Dynasty Happy Hour podcast, the co-owner of the tiltisreal.com. And during the season, you can find him on Sunday mornings for that Sunday morning fantasy football tilt show, 2 hours answering your questions. James, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us today.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Happy to have some fun. Ready to play some games. Get to see some of my old friends. Let's do it. I'm psyched.
Did you just call me old?
No, I was talking about
JL. Straight out looked at and me. Because I am old.
I'm probably older than all three of you. All right.
All four of us.
I mean, I'm 40.
You and Joey, you guys are in the same club then.
Hey, Simon and I are the same age, and you two are the same age.
I was trying to make the
I got some bad news, JL.
Oh shoot, we're not the same age, are we?
You are older than me. You are older than me.
I forgot I had a birthday.
And because of that, I'm hosting today. That's how it works. The youngest one hosts on Thursdays.
Host.
We got some people in the chat. Craig, our FYF historian, coming in with today's guest history on the show. It's
Hello,
James'
Craig.
second time on FYF, and he previously played Fantasy Fortune on March 30th, 2022.
I remember
Man,
that
it's
day.
been far too long, James. We got Dustin down here saying this game gives me flashbacks to last week's game when I was on.
Those are just called memories.
And Dustin said, but still excited for the show. Hashtag Team Joey.
I need the hashtag today, Dustin. I need to prevail today.
We got IBT Media in the chat. What's up, Seth? Or whoever's currently running this account saying happy Thursday, FYFers. And
IBT.
Albert in the chat as well saying hello, everyone. What's up, Albert? Welcome
What's
in,
up? What's
my
up?
friend. Like I mentioned, and like Joey alluded to, we are going to be playing two games today. We've got some Quotey McQuoteface and vague descriptions coming your way. It's all going to lead to one winner of today's fantasy football game show, though, as scores are cumulative throughout the day. Before we get into those games, though, a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you are not already following our guest James, fix it now. You can find him on Twitter at FF_Chef. If you're watching this on YouTube, just look in the description of this video as well. There's a link directly to his Twitter profile, and you'll know you're there when you see his handsome face in front of that blue screen. That's how you know you made it. And click that follow button. After you do that, head on back over to YouTube where you're watching us and hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy and on that BSN YouTube channel. We're live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some fantasy football game show nonsense. And you want to make sure you're not missing it.
True.
Craig with one more fact for us before we get in there, saying the guest has won 4 out of 6 times they have played one or both of these games.
Ooh, so the odds are in my favor.
The odds are
There you
ever
go.
in your favor at this point, James.
Ooh,
Craig, you could have said 2/3 if you would have just reduced the fractions, but this isn't a
Yeah,
math
go back
show.
to math class, Craig.
Yeah. Where'd you get that math? The
Yeah.
toilet store?
Too busy doing records and shit to actually do math.
So
Scott!
I actually have a 66% chance of winning today.
Mhm.
Great.
You do.
Now the odds
According
are
to the
up
numbers.
against me. Yeah.
Now there's pressure. We got Scott Fish in here. I'm here. Okay. JL Markin
What's
Down
up,
is
Scott?
present. He's got his attendance in for today. No detention required for today's fantasy
I think
football
he
game.
is tardy, though. He
It's
was
okay.
tardy.
He's within the 10
Really?
minutes.
There's an
He's within the
asterisk.
10 minutes, so it's okay. Well, guys, like I said, we're going to play 2 games today. The first one we're playing is called Quotey McQuoteface. The second one, vague descriptions. I'm going to explain Quotey now before we get into it, and I'll explain vague descriptions whenever it's time to get there. But spoiler alert, the name pretty much explains the entire game. Quotey McQuoteface is our game of quote identification. Before this show, we found 6 quotes from around the league. Players, coaches, personnel, just people associated with the league talking about things that have happened or are happening. What I'm going to do is present one of those quotes to a contestant. Your job will be to tell me not only who said it, but why they said it, for a total of 2 points available on every single quote. If you get either of those things right, you're going to get points. So if you get just the context, 1 point, just the person who said it, 1 point, get both, you'll get 2. Now, either part of those are missed, your opponents will have an opportunity to steal in turn order. So for today's game, for example, we're going to be going in order JL, James, Joey. JL, on your first quote, if you misidentify said player, James is immediately going to have an opportunity to guess who said it and steal those points from you.
Nice.
We'll like this through 6 quotes, 2 quotes each going to each one of you before we move into our game of vague descriptions. You guys ready to get started?
Let's do it.
I'm going to close. I was just looking at the list of head coach names so I don't forget, and I've now closed the window. Thank you. Studying on air.
We got Dave in the chat, our favorite Canadian. What's up, Dave? Welcome in, my friend. And Jay down here saying, geez, 40 years old.
Easy there, Jay.
Come
All
on,
right.
Jay.
All right. I may be the age, but I'm damn sure don't look the age. All right.
Definitely.
Jay, you might want to be nice to the only guy on screen who would be nice to Giants fans on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
We share that pain.
We
so,
share that.
We could be that way towards each other. Jay's
It's
great.
It's a deep bond, the pain of being a Giants fan.
Oh, for sure. But there's been some ups, a
Yeah.
lot of downs.
I guess before we get into the game, I want to ask you about those ups. I did not expect the Giants to make the playoffs last season. I expected them to be better under Dable, but I think the biggest surprise was how big of a jump Daniel Jones took just from a eye test perspective. Sure, the numbers were better, but he looked like an NFL starting quarterback. Are you, as a Giants fan, buying into Daniel Jones as the future of this franchise, or is it still more of a he's the guy for now?
No, I don't buy into it. I think he still is the guy for now. Obviously, they paid him. They gave him that 4-year contract. But like we're seeing some of these, I want to say like mid-tier quarterbacks, that's where I think he winds up. The upside of him using his legs obviously helps for fantasy purposes, but not the real deal NFL. They still haven't gotten him enough weapons around to surround him to be at an elite level to where I want to draft him in a fantasy football draft. Lately, I believe his ADP is around the 5th, 6th round in Superflex, which is a lot what I play. So I'll grab him as a QB2 and be happy with the production there if his production is going to be similar to what it was last year. And that's all going to depend if Saquon signs his contract or not. So
yeah, we are holding our breath for that one. We also got Dustin in here saying us 40 bros got to stick together. 40 is the new 25, baby.
In my head, I am stuck at age 25. I think I'll always be age 25.
When I hit 30, I started counting backwards again. So, I'm only 20.
Okay.
That's incredible. It's like Benjamin Button, but it starts when you hit 30.
Yeah.
And you just get to choose. All right. Well, John Luke, we're going to get started with this game. The first quote is coming your way. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Well, good, because I'm not yet. Give me 1 second because I forgot to share the screen that was going to have this quote on it. Here we go, baby. Here is your first quote. I've just been such a fan of his since I was a little kid, having his jerseys and trying to emulate what he does on the football field. He's such a special player. I think he's the most gifted thrower of the football all time. Going up against him twice a year, it's going to be a battle. Who said this and what are they talking about? Also, a reminder to our contestants to have the chat closed, either have the screen full screened so you cannot see what the chat says or go to one of the other tabs. And a reminder to our chat, play along. Throw your answers in the chat if you think you know what it is. John Luke, who said this and why did they say it?
At first, I thought this was going to be Sauce Gardner talking about Aaron Rodgers. But the last line, of course, makes me think that this is someone who's going to be on a different team, but still an older quarterback. I think it's going to be who's in the Jets division. Ooh, let's go with God, there's no way Christian Wilkins is a fan of Aaron Rodgers as a kid. Maybe if you want to mess with him. All right, let's go with I guess it doesn't have to be defense either. Let's go with Tua Tagovailoa on talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Shoot.
All right, well, JL, you are correct about the context. The context is correct, but you have misidentified the player that is talking about being in the same division as Aaron Rodgers now. So that is going to earn you 1 point, but it is open to your opponents to steal. James is next in order. James, who do you think said this talking about Aaron Rodgers?
I can't remember exactly, but I'm going to take a guess here and say Josh Allen.
Final answer?
Yeah.
James, you would be absolutely correct. This is Bills quarterback Josh Allen discussing having Aaron Rodgers in the same division, and the chat was all over this one. Scott Fishing, got to be someone talking about Aaron Rodgers. And then Albert and Dustin both getting this one with the Josh Allen on Aaron Rodgers. Nice
With Tom
job, guys.
Brady out of the league, retired now, this question became easier, at least the context part of it. Because what other quarterback really fits that mold of like old enough to where someone currently playing would have looked up to them?
Stafford?
Stafford, maybe? Yeah, but
maybe.
like what kid looked up to Stafford when he
like
got
any of maybe the incoming rookie like Anthony Richardson, but
And they
wouldn't
watched
play
him in
twice a year.
college.
Yeah.
Like it would have had to have been someone who was like in middle school while Stafford was in college. And
Who's
now
saying
they're
Stafford's
watching
the
him.
most gifted thrower of
I'm
of
not.
the
I'm just
football
thinking
of all
another
time?
older quarterback. And yeah. No, I was pretty sure it was Rodgers. It's funny you thought Sauce Gardner too. I thought that too. And then the last line came up.
I actually
Yeah, I
had
saw
it
it.
written down, and I got them both right. So
Nice.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
James, are you buying into this Jets offense? Because it's
I am.
hard
I
not
am.
to with the pieces they're throwing out.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous not to jump on that wagon and ride it all the way through into the playoffs. I think they are built to win. They have the weapons on the field. I think their safety just went down out for the season, which is very, very bad. But
they signed Amos, so they got a backup ready.
Yeah,
to
they got a
slot in.
backup right there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this team is poised for a big turnaround.
Joey, are you buying into this? Or I know you were bought into, sorry to bring up past wounds, Russell Wilson in that Denver Broncos offense last year. And I know there's fears of the same thing. Looks great on paper, doesn't quite translate. Are you in on Aaron Rodgers?
I feel like I have to be. The only thing that just kind of makes me kind of pump the brakes on Rodgers a little bit is that he does take a little while to build rapport with players. I'm not sure this Jets team can go out and win the Super Bowl this year, just because the AFC is such like a gauntlet almost to go through. You got to go through the Bills. I mean, the Dolphins are stacked. The Bengals. I mean, there's a lot of great teams in the AFC. So I'm not sure if the Jets can reach the Super Bowl, but I think they'll definitely make a run in that division.
We got Tim in here saying, still the Jets, I hope.
Still the Jets. That would be very comical.
They'll find a way.
You can't just hold on to that hope, though, right? That despite all the positivity, that they're still just the
somehow
Jets.
There's just something in Aaron innate.
I just love it for my Garrett Wilson shares. That's all it is for me.
Are you fully bought into Garrett Wilson in Dynasty?
Yeah.
How high do you have him in
110%.
your Dynasty wide receiver rankings?
I believe he's sitting at like 103, 104 for wide receiver.
Wow.
And by the end of the season, he should be 101. I have him projected going 101 overall.
Nice.
In Dynasty next year.
I feel like there's so many young wide receivers that we're excited to see going into the season. It should be a lot of fun. Joey,
I'll get the naysayers with the Justin Jeffersons and Jamar Chases, but
yeah, it's going to be hard to pass Justin Jefferson for me, but we'll see what Garrett Wilson puts together this season. Joey, to no fault of your own, you have found yourself in a hole 1-1-0, and it is still not your turn yet. The next quote is going to James. James, are you ready for quote number 2, your first quote of the game?
Bring it.
Okay, here we go. Whoever's in my future wide receiver group, I promise I will make your job easy. Who said this, and what were they talking about?
Whoever's in my future wide receiver group. Oh, damn. I want to say it's the wide receiver coach for Indianapolis. Marvin. It's not Marvin Harrison. It's what's his name? Reggie. Damn it, I can't remember his last name.
I will say, just as a general rule throughout, and this is tipping nothing to what you are saying, James, if you give me position coach of team, I will accept it as an answer, as long as it is not head coach, offensive coordinator, or defensive coordinator. Those names, you got to pull those. But anything else, if you say position coach of team, and that is, in fact, what it is, you'll get credit. Again, that's not to say that is or isn't.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Reggie Wayne, and he's talking about the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay, James. Unfortunately, that is incorrect on both fronts, which means, Joey, you're going to have an opportunity to steal this.
Yeah, I was thinking more of a quarterback talking about his future wide receiver group, and I feel like the Colts wide receiver is a little more established than another rookie quarterback that I'm thinking of was CJ Stroud. I'm not really sure who's going to pop out of there in Houston. So I think this might be CJ Stroud talking about his wide receiver group there in Houston.
Joey, a phenomenal guess.
Oh,
0 points attached to it, which means JL, you are going to have an opportunity to steal this as well.
All right, let's go with rookie quarterback Bryce Young. Talking about his future wide receivers in that Carolina Panthers offense.
Okay, John Luke following the same path as Joey to a dead end with no points as well. James, this is going to come back to you for redemption, though I will be giving you the context and just asking for the person who said it this time. So the context of this quote is a wide receiver talking about his future wide receiver teammates.
Oh, well, that makes it a little bit easier. Biggest free agent wide receiver out there right now, it's got to be DeAndre Hopkins. And yeah, he's talking about whoever he's going to be in there with.
James, the person is correct. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, that's going to earn you an additional point. I did give the context for the redemption, but it will put you in the lead 2-1-0. And I love this quote.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Tyreek Hill.
No,
He's making people's jobs a little more difficult this week.
No, he is not Tyreek Hill. James, where do you think DeAndre Hopkins is going to end up?
I mean, I really thought he was going to go to the Patriots after that long visit. He's probably still could. I also have him pegged going back to Houston for some unknown reason. I don't know if he sold his house there or not, but that would make a lot of sense.
Just move back into it. John Luke, are you currently drafting DeAndre Hopkins in fantasy despite him not being on a team?
Yeah, if he falls low enough, I don't know what his current ADP is. I could probably pull that up. But if he's fallen low enough, DeAndre Hopkins is just the type of wide receiver where the talent is there. And so the situation doesn't matter as much. He's been able to make it happen for fantasy purposes on some of the worst NFL teams.
Some of the worst NFL quarterbacks I've seen throwing the ball. Joey, I saw you nodding along. Are you agreeing with JL? He's worth drafting right now, even with the uncertainty?
I agree with my much more handsome teammate. I wherever Hopkins goes, and the fact that he just keeps going lower and lower down draft boards just makes me happier and happier.
Get Hopkins as your wide receiver 2 or 3. It's absurd depending on how you started your draft.
He definitely has wide receiver 1. I wouldn't even say upside. Like wide receiver 12, that's like
if he plays 17 games.
Yeah, it's like
yeah, if he plays 17 games,
your wide receiver 2 or 3. If he's your wide receiver 3 and he lands on even just honestly, I think he's landing spot proof.
If he's your wide receiver 3, draft a running back for God's sake.
Yes.
Also, some people in the chat getting this one. Scott Fish came in with Hopkins said it. Craig knew this one as well.
Nice.
DeAndre Hopkins about where he signs in the future. Albert getting this one as well. And Dustin too. Also, Craig coming in, letting us know for everyone here. Dustin's 13 points last week is the high score recorded for today's game set. So that is the score to beat in today's game. James, you are the closest to that with a score of 2-1 after our first 2 quotes. Joey, now's your time. It's your first quote of the game. Are you ready for this?
I was born. I'm not sure ready. I was born.
I was born. Here's your quote, Joey. For everybody in New York right here. Hey, this for everybody in New York right here. It's going to be right here, though. Y'all be tuned in. I might be viral somewhere. I'm going to go in the middle of New York with that middle finger up. Joey, who said this and why did they say it?
This was Jay Felicio at the Flex Draft. No. Actually, Jay, if you do this in New York in about a month and a half, I'll pay you $20. This was, for everybody in New York right here. So I feel like this is somebody, wanting to stick it to New York. Jalen Hurts would never talk like this. He is too cool, too nice, too well-mannered.
Like I'm gonna cook you all dinner in New York.
Man, I'm struggling to.
That sauce would be average.
I feel like I'm gonna insult whoever I say here. I don't think it's CeeDee Lamb, but CeeDee Lamb from the Cowboys trying to stick it to New York a little bit.
CeeDee Lamb from the Cowboys trying to stick it to New York a little bit. Joey, that is incorrect on both fronts. This is going to pass to John Luke. John Luke, you got a guess at this one?
Who's so mad at New York?
I don't know.
Oh, New York. Which New York?
New York.
Alicia Keys, New York? I'm going to go with for everybody in New York right here. Hey, for everybody in New York right here. It's gonna be right here, though. What's going to be right here? Y'all be tuned in. I'm gonna go. Who wants to be viral? Let's go with Antonio Brown, talking about
That's good.
his blood feud with New York, the state.
Antonio Brown
It makes sense.
talking about his blood feud with New York, the state.
Blood flute.
John Luke, while he did say this, that was actually 2 years ago, and someone else has said it since then. So that is double incorrect. I'm
Dang.
sorry. James, you have an opportunity to steal here.
All right. Well, I mean, it's got that Florida twang to it. And it's a little bit gangster. And this guy left New York. And before he got to New York, he had some gangster problems down in Florida for the Gators. I'm gonna go Kadarius Toney. And he's saying KMA to everyone in New York.
Duh.
With the context being what? Sorry, one more time.
Wait,
Oh,
what do you mean?
The context. You said it was Kadarius Toney. I didn't hear the context of why this player did or did not say this.
Oh, because he's gonna go and like win a Super Bowl with Kansas City. Like, it's easy.
All right, James.
Or he just did, actually.
With that adjustment at the end, you are going to get 2
James.
points for that. It is wide receiver Kadarius Toney on trolling the Giants with his new Super Bowl championship ring. This dude said, I'm walking in the middle of New York City, middle finger up with the ring on it and saying, F all y'all. I love it.
Dang.
They
Wow.
can keep him. They can keep him. He's a class act, that guy.
I'm hyped about Kadarius Toney in Kansas City for fantasy this year, just given his draft cost and the offense that he's in and the flashes that we did see over there. Joey, do you have any excitement for Kadarius Toney, or is there a different Chiefs wide receiver screaming your name?
I have excitement. I mentioned this, I think, 2 days ago on the show. I have excitement for Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver in best ball. And I'll just take one in every best ball draft because Patrick Mahomes told us last year he's going to spread the ball around, other than to Kelsey, who I can definitely depend on. But I don't know if Kadarius Toney is worth a top 6 round pick. There's too much risk there, knowing how Patrick Mahomes is going to put the ball around to kind of everybody. So I wouldn't say I'm excited about Toney. If he lands there for me in the 8th or 9th round, sure, I'll draft him, but I don't know if I'm going to expect too much out of him.
Dustin getting this one right with Kadarius Toney getting his Super Bowl ring. Dame getting this one as well. Nice job to those two in the chat. Also, Scott in here with a question says, my good friend James wants to know if JL and Maria are going to LA in the next month or so.
We are planning on it.
Woohoo!
We are
Well,
planning on it.
James or Scott, you can tell James that JL and Maria are planning to be in LA in the next month or so. So make sure to relay that message for us. All right. Well, Joey, who got that one right? James got both of those points on Joey's question, which is going to bring it up to a score of 4-1-0. But we're back around to the top of the order. JL, are you ready for your next quote?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Me and him have become really good friends, and he's just a great guy. He's been through so much in his career. He's seen a lot. He spent some time with a lot of different teams. He was in New England for a long time with Tom Brady. He just has so many stories and so much insight that he can share. He's been great to have here, and he helps a lot. JL, who said this, and who are they talking about?
He was in New England for a long time with Tom Brady. Oh, man. Are there any people still left in the game? Is this Gronk?
Who?
Julian Edelman's gone. Let's go with this is Kay Adams talking about having Ron Gronkowski on the FanDuel team.
This is Kay Adams talking about Rob Gronkowski on the FanDuel team. And John Luke, that is incorrect. But what a great guess. That really could have applied. James, you have the opportunity to steal here. Who said this and why did they say it? Excuse me.
Yes, he just has so many stories and so much insight that he can share. He's been great.
You got a guess for us?
Oh, not really, but I guess I'm gonna the coach of the Tennessee Titans. I can't remember his name for some reason. And I have no idea. Yeah, that's
Well, James, unfortunately,
I'm
no
flopping on
points
this one.
on that one. But Joey, it's going to come to you for a shot at stealing, and your demeanor says you're going to be disappointed if I tell you.
No. I think I got this. I think I do. I think this is CeeDee Lamb talking about Brandon Cooks coming over to the Cowboys.
CeeDee Lamb.
Cooks played with Brady in New England. He's been in the league for a long time.
Been a lot of places.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, it all adds up. He was with Tom Brady in New England. But sometimes it adds up and you still get the wrong answer. There are no points there for you on that one. John Luke,
really hurt.
We're coming back around for redemption, but I will give the context. And now
the wrong answer.
Now I need you to
wrong answer on your hand.
You should get it tattooed on there, Joey.
I didn't want to forget.
Yeah. Joey, I'm going to teach you about something after this called paper that's going to blow your mind.
I love trees too much. I won't do it.
And I love skin. All right, John Luke, I'm going to give you the context. Yeah, I regret saying that for this quote. And you just have to tell me who said it for 1 point available. This is somebody talking about their relationship with teammate Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Okay.
Jacoby Brissett.
Sam Howell?
John Luke. This is Sam Howell talking about his relationship with teammate Jacoby Brissett going into the season. That's going to earn you an additional point, bringing you up to 2 points, a little bit closer to James. And before we move on to that next quote, I want to ask you about Sam Howell, John Luke. Are you presuming that he's the starter, or do you think Jacoby Brissett's going to challenge him for that job?
I'm presuming he's the starter unless we get different information between now and the season. Everything we've heard out of that franchise has been that Sam Howell, they want to try out Sam Howell and see what they're going to get.
Yeah. Dustin down, you're saying sleeper pick of the year, Sam Howell. James, are you in on Sam Howell with Dustin here? Do you have
100%? I was in a year ago when I drafted him in the 5th round of every single dynasty league that I am in. I think with the addition of Eric Bieniemy to that offense, the weapons around there, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, you have Antonio Gibson, like they have some weapons that can move the ball around. And yeah, for the most part, he is a sleeper. You want another sleeper from the Washington team because I don't think they got that trademark quite wrapped up. It's going to be Cole Turner, the tight end. Keep an eye on him. Deep tight end sleeper.
Chance to separate from that tight end glob a little bit. Some separation. Well, we had one person in the chat get this one, our friend Dustin, and that makes sense. He's up to date on all things
Sam Howell.
All things Sam Howell. And Scott Fish in here saying, while still filming Now You See Me 2, they greenlit, or Now You See Me 3, they greenlit Now You See Me 4 Peekaboo.
Now You See Me 4 Peekaboo.
Just incredible. Man. Well, I hope they're twice as good as Now You See Me 2 was. And then maybe
everyone's Jesse Eisenberg.
In the entire movie, but they're all shitty CGI versions of Jesse Eisenberg.
Played by Jesse Eisenberg.
Also, Dustin came in here and said, I might be Team James now after that Cole Turner call out. Joey, you're losing it. You better say Cole Turner quickly.
All I know is Dustin's, he's easily bought. So what does that say about Dustin? I don't know.
All right. Well, James, we are moving on to the next quote, and this one's yours. Are you ready for it?
Let's do it.
Here we go. In my career, Aaron Donald is one. That's out of the gate. Jalen Ramsey, especially the last few years, has always been a dog. And Von Miller, I'm glad he's not in my division anymore. Who said this, and why did they say it?
I'm going to go with Russell Wilson because he's just gotten killed by all these guys when he played for Seattle.
Okay, James. I'm going to give you 1 point for the context. This is about a player talking about the toughest defensive players they had to play during their career so far. So that is the context. You're going to get 1 point for that. But Joey, there is a point available of who said this quote.
It's Justin Herbert.
Joey, it is not Justin Herbert.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's
You're
CeeDee
wrong.
Lamb. I'm just kidding. JL, who said this?
It's Cole Turner.
All right. Aaron, this can't be a 49ers guy because which one? Let's go with Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray is incorrect as well, JL. James, this is back around to you for redemption. You can seal this up and get the other point from your quote. Who do you think said this?
Oh God. I just thought of a way better guess.
I mean, can I say Geno Smith?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, Geno Smith.
And that would be incorrect. I apologize, James.
All good.
Joey, back
Still
to
got
you.
1 point.
Okay, so I'm thinking what I'm keying in on is I'm glad he's not in my division anymore. So I have 2 quarterbacks that I'm thinking of. I'm going to go with Mahomes when Von Miller was with the Broncos division. Am I wrong?
You are 100% correct, Joey. This is Patrick
Wow.
Mahomes,
Oh,
and
wow.
welcome
Okay.
to the board discussing the 3
Thank you.
hardest hitting defensive players he's faced during his NFL career.
JL?
Only the one guy was in his division.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what screwed me up.
JL.
No.
Yes.
No.
Hey, Joe, we got a point. Yay, Cole Turner.
Cole
JL.
Turner and a point for JL.
JL.
It's okay. We'll move on. We got one more quote. This one's coming to Joey.
I
Joey,
wanted the
are you
voice.
ready for your last quote?
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Just being patient. I've had some things come up, but right now I'm enjoying my time with my family. I'm training and working hard and just staying ready. Joey, who said this and why did they say it?
That's Ezekiel Elliott waiting for a team to sign him.
Joey, the context is correct. You are going to earn a point. This is
Okay.
a player waiting for a team to sign them and talking about what they're doing while they wait, but it is not Ezekiel Elliott. JL, who said this?
I've had some things come up, but right now I'm enjoying my time with my family. I don't think you'd put 2 DeAndre Hopkins quotes on here. Let's go with, maybe you would. Maybe that's a trick. Let's go with DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins trying to play a trick here. I am not. That is incorrect, JL. James, who said this?
Go with Dalvin Cook.
Ah,
Dalvin Cook is incorrect. Joey,
Oh.
for redemption to seal this
Damn.
up, who said this?
Leonard Fournette is another one
Leonard
out there.
Fournette.
Good guess.
Saquon.
JL.
Your buzzer's bullshit. That's not good.
I get to go again?
Yeah, one more try for you and James. This was Joey's quote.
Shoot. I don't know.
You may pass if you would choose to do so.
I'll pass. I can't think of a single name.
JL passing James. You want to take a shot?
Just gonna go with the big blue, man. Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley is incorrect. The correct answer to this one
All
was
right.
Kareem Hunt.
Ah.
Being patient on signing with
I would
a
never
new
guessed it.
team.
They actually posted something. He actually posted something.
Yeah, he went out there and said something. Apparently, I think he was asked in an interview. But
I really
no
thought
one,
it was Dalvin Cook after I missed it.
no one in the chat getting that one either. So that one must have been a tough one. But after
That was
this
tough.
first game, JL and Joey are a little bit behind, but it is still anybody's game as we head into vague descriptions. James, you have a bit of a lead, 5-2. How this next game is going to work is it's a game of vaguely described things. I'm going to give you a category and then vaguely describe something. For example, I may say category movie. A teenage swinger in New York City would be describing the movie Spider-Man. So it may be a misleading or alternate way or vague way to describe something within a category. If you're able to identify the thing, you'll get a point. If not, your opponents will have the opportunity to steal. We will run through these until we run out of time or run out of prompts, or you guys run out of patience for my bullshit descriptions, at which point we will end the show and whoever has the most points is our champion.
That's all we had to do to when we
All
get
right,
sick
we're out of
you?
here. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Whew.
All you have
Didn't
to
know.
do is say you're sick of my bullshit. No one ever told you that.
No.
It's just one click of a button and the show's over.
Thought I had to stay the whole time.
I
Trust
like
that
Simon's
theory.
BS. Let's roll.
Well, you're the only one. JL, you are going to be up first in this game again, followed by James, followed by Joey. Are you ready for your first vague description?
Not quite, because Maria's in here. Said, "Gah, I got distracted." Hi, everyone. What up,
Hey,
Maria?
Maria.
Welcome in.
Glad to have you here. And guys, one more thing before we get into our vague description show. If you guys are early risers, wake up in the morning, make sure you tune in for the new BSN morning show with Andrew Cooper, Corey Parson, Britt Flint, and Howard Bender. That's every day at 8 a.m. Eastern time. Quick hitting sports news to start you off bright and early. And who doesn't want to wake up and listen to Coop yell about tight ends for 20 minutes? It's glorious.
I do.
I know that's
watched
how I
this
want to
morning.
start it.
I watched this morning for a little bit. The beautiful narration of Heather Klein as well.
Wonderful. So make sure you guys are checking that out at 8 a.m. John Luke, are you ready for your first vague description?
I am.
Okay. Your category is NFL, and your first vague description is Ford SUVs that might require snow tires.
Ford SUVs that might require snow tires. Escapes, Ford. What is a snow tires? What does Ford make? No, that's Lincoln.
I'm going to need an answer, John Luke, or it's going
I
to
don't
move
have
on to
anything.
your opponents. All right, jail passing. James, I saw you nodding down there. You think you know this one?
Denver Broncos.
James, this is the Denver Broncos. Your Ford Broncos, and living up in Denver, you probably need to put some snow tires on your vehicle if you want to be driving in those mountains. Dustin in the chat getting that one as well. Nice job, Dustin. That's going to be 1 point for James.
I was trying to figure out which mascot was an explorer. I was like,
They're
I
all
couldn't get it.
Raider could be an explorer.
Yeah. Well, they're doing more than just exploring though if they're raiding.
James, do you think this Sean Payton, Russell Wilson upgrade / experiment in Denver is going to pay dividends for fantasy managers?
Not this year. I think with losing Javonte Williams mid-season last year, it's going to be a little bit of time before they actually get on the field and get all wheels turning. Does it turn around? Yeah, I think so. Anybody that's watched Sean Payton in the past knows that he can work miracles on the field, utilizing his strengths and weaknesses against the other teams. So, yeah, I think they will turn around. Whether or not it's with the personnel on the team right now is debatable.
Jail, is there anybody on that team that you're excited for fantasy? Like someone that you are looking to draft, one of those receiving options, or maybe Russell Wilson or a running back?
I wouldn't say excited. I'm not excited by any of them. I think there's value on that team though at the wide receiver position. And I think Javonte Williams could be valuable depending on how this injury progresses.
All right, James, are you ready for I'm just kidding. Joey, is there anybody on that team that you're excited about drafting?
Not at all. No, they're all bums. I don't want to draft. No, Samaje P. Ryan, let's go. The value for him right now, Sean Payton's history of using 2 running backs. He'll get the work. 10 total touches or more. I've said it 1,000 times. He averages 18.4 fantasy points per game. Go draft Samaje P. Ryan. Yes, please. Now
I'll add to it. Late round diamond in the rough. Tim Patrick coming off a injury from last year. He was the one receiver that actually created space separation when there was no quarterback in Denver. So I'm excited to see him back on the field with Russell Wilson in a Sean Payton offense. Very sneaky little sleeper there.
I felt like his injury happened right as hype was building on him last season.
Yep.
Like everyone was getting excited. His ADP was starting to rise and then crash. Nobody gets to have fun. But I'm with you. I'm excited for that this year. Craig came in saying, Joey smile when you were talking about a swinger in New York City made me feel weird things.
Yeah. I was just thinking about all the movies I've seen about swingers in New York City, and Spider-Man was not one of the movies I was thinking of.
Also, Scampers in here said, appears. Did someone say Samaje P. Ryan and Tim Patrick? I think they did.
Scams. What's up, Scams?
Welcome in, Mr. Scampers. James, you added to your lead there by getting that one right, stealing it from jail, and it is your turn. Are you ready for your next clue?
Let's go.
Okay. Your category is NFL player. NFL player. A former toxic nut moves to Beyonce's hometown for work.
What the? A former toxic
James,
nut
it turns out everyone else already gave up on my bullshit.
moves
just
to
me and you now.
Beyonce's hometown for work. An NFL player?
Yes, so this is a vague description of an NFL player.
I'll say Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
He's the most toxic player I know.
That is incorrect. Joey, would you like to steal this one?
How could it not be AB?
I don't know where Beyonce lives.
Yeah, me either.
Brooklyn. That's where she. No, it's not her hometown though. Is she from like Tennessee, like Memphis, Tennessee? No, it's Justin Timberlake.
I get Justin Timberlake and Beyonce confused all the time.
I do. Yeah, it's the dancing. I honestly, I'm gonna pass to JL because I need to think more.
John Luke, you get a shot at this. A former toxic nut moves to Beyonce's hometown for work.
Moves to Beyonce's hometown for work. I feel like Beyonce's from like New Orleans or somewhere south like that, like Texas, Florida. I'm gonna go. Let's go with. I don't think that's right. Let's go with Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray is incorrect. James, this is going to come back around for redemption. You get one more shot or you can pass. You want to take that shot?
I'll pass to Joey.
Okay. When JL said Texas, Houston went in my mind because Beyonce is from Houston, right? Is it Dalton Schultz? Because he was a cowboy, which is a toxic nut. I don't know.
Cowboy's a toxic nut. How's that work out?
I don't know.
In Houston?
Joey,
Cowboy.
That is incorrect. JL, would you like to take one more shot or is this one going to fall down?
Is she actually from Houston?
I think so.
Was that part
when
right?
you said it, like a little memory went bloop bloop.
Huh.
That's like the new Pixar movie. That's what that is.
Moves to Beyonce's hometown for work. Let's go. I don't know. Let's go with. Oh. What's his name? No, he's not on that team anymore. Never mind. I don't know. Let's go with Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks is incorrect, but the correct answer is in the chat. A Buckeye is a toxic nut.
CJ Stroud.
Moving to Houston for work. This is new rookie quarterback for the Houston Texans, former Buckeye, CJ Stroud. Craig,
All right.
Nice job getting that one right, my friend.
I didn't know what a Buckeye was.
It's a nut.
Well, I just thought it was a mascot. I didn't know it was a nut.
Or it's a delicious candy, which they really shouldn't name a delicious candy after a toxic nut, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe you should keep those separate. Is Joey frozen or flabbergasted?
I can't tell. It's actually very difficult to discern between those two things.
James, frozen or flabbergasted? What do you think?
Flabbergasted.
I'm with you. You just can't believe that nut
I
stuff.
can see him breathing.
Also, Scampers came in here with Cashew McIntosh. Very close. Green Screen said, is the nut formerly toxic? No, it's just a formerly toxic nut. They're no longer a toxic nut at all.
Solid question.
And then Green Screen's guessing Peanut Tillman. Very close on that one. And Craig came in with a description for us, said a Buckeye is a toxic nut. He was on Ohio State. That is why it was Stroud. Absolutely
Smart.
Nailed it.
Craig with the trivia.
And Dustin saying Simon should be banned from doing vague
For real.
descriptions.
Dude, this is tough, but fun.
My apologies if that one was
Don't
over the line.
apologize, dude. You're fine. Let's go.
Well,
Craig
I should have
got it.
gotten that.
Joey
Being a
has
chef, but I've never eaten a Buckeye, nor will I ever know that I know it's toxic. So
eat the candy though. Joey has ditched us on his turn, which means JL, he misses it. We're coming right back to you.
He
Are
just
you
texted
ready?
me.
this is why he
lightning.
loses, because he just has to go.
He just has,
He's got to go.
he's the guy who unplugs
gotta
the
run.
system when he's not winning.
Scott Fish, you mean?
Scott Fish and Joey, that's why they're friends.
Yeah,
John Luke, are you ready for your next vague description?
I am.
Your category is TV show. And the description is, it's like grocery shopping, but with prizes.
what's like grocery shopping? What makes grocery shopping distinctive? But with prizes. So you're like at a store and there's a bunch of prizes.
James says he's got it, JL.
TV show. Let's go with Jeopardy.
Jeopardy is incorrect. I apologize. James, you think you know what this is?
Dude, it's supermarket sweep.
James, this is supermarket sweep. It's exactly what it is. Grocery
It's
shopping,
sweep, baby.
but with prizes. John Luke, did you ever watch that show?
I've never heard of that show.
That's in the 40 club, bro.
Or the GSN when you get home from school at 3:00 in the afternoon club
That's a cool club.
when they play the old reruns from that show. Nice
Wow.
job, James. That is going to earn you an additional point, and I have not even looked in the chat yet to
The
see if they
chat
got
does
that
not
one.
agree with you.
The chat didn't get it.
The chat got something that makes sense, honestly.
I mean, Price
Hon-
is Right makes
You know
sense.
what?
yeah.
Had you said the price is right, I probably would have said.
But it's
not what I
he
said, but I'll
said
give you credit.
grocery shopping though.
Grocery shopping. It did specifically say grocery shopping. And the rules of this game, as established on the morning show, are whatever the person that came up with the prompt had in mind is what you go with, even if it describes something else accurately.
And
James-
the only other one that I can think of, which is now a current show, is that Guy Fieri
Oh,
chef battle, supermarket battle, or something like
Guys
that. They got to
Grocery
run
Games.
around, and yeah, that's it. Yep.
Guys Grocery
Guys,
Games
grocery.
rocks.
Dang,
If you
that
have
sounds
not,
like it would have worked.
That
if you
would
haven't
work.
watched Guys Grocery Games, go watch it. It's so much
I don't
fun.
really watch much TV, and I don't even know that I know most of these new television shows.
Also, One Nation Underground coming in saying the original Wheel of Fortune let you shop for prizes after you won the round. And Dame said, I can only think of shop till you drop.
Shop till you drop.
Also, I see our friend Hoove in here said, hey, love bugs. What's up, Hoove?
Hey, love bug.
Hey, love bug.
Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, handsome man. James, are you ready for your next vague description?
Let's go. I'm running away with this one.
Your category is NBA,
Oh boy.
and the vague description is a group of men with anxiety in the Midwest.
In the Midwest, a group of men with anxiety in the Midwest.
Category is NBA. And a reminder to have that chat closed as people are going to be putting their answers in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat. I'm trying to figure out what the heck.
Oh, that was less targeted at you and more a reminder to get everyone in the chat to throw their answers in there for me.
John Luke needs to
So
watch more
it's
TV.
it's
I
a
do.
group of men in the Midwest.
I almost just put the answer up.
Oh, I think I got it.
I'm going to need an answer, James, or you can
I don't know. I'll
pass
go
your
with
opponent.
Milwaukee Bucks.
The Milwaukee Bucks is incorrect. John Luke, would you
Thought
like
like
to
a bunch
take
of
shot
young
at this?
bucks hanging
Isn't it?
around.
Let's go with
it is-
the.
Oh, wait. It is Joey's turn now that he's back in the order. So Joey, you do have the opportunity to steal.
If you have anxiety, you're pacing. So Indiana Pacers.
Joey,
Damn it.
this is the Indiana Pacers. Those
Good
men
job.
are pacing back and forth in the Midwest. That is going to
I had
give
a
you
late-
an additional point.
I should have
gonna
said
go
Oklahoma
Timberwolves.
City Thunder because of what's going on here in Florida right now. But
That pause, helped you out. Now you're beating JL.
Dustin getting that one, Craig getting that one as well, and One Nation Underground getting that one.
Well done.
Nice job, friends. Joey, it's your turn, though. Are you ready for yours?
yep,
Okay. Your
Underground.
category
Okay.
is
movie.
movie.
No, it's not.
It is.
Oh, I'm gonna
And
get
your
it
vague
wrong.
description is someone suddenly appears again.
Now you see me too.
Joey, this is my least favorite movie of all time. Now You See Me Too is the correct answer. That's going to bring you up to 4 points for getting that one corrected. Nice job.
Wow.
my friend.
Scott Fish tried to come in and give you the answer earlier.
I know. He came in with it, and I was like, I hope everyone forgets. All right, Joey, that puts you a little bit closer to James here. There's a little bit more time, but it's going to be tough to come back. John Luke, we're back to you
Let's make it happen.
for this next vague description. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Your category is NFL player. an opera singer who splits the middle quite often.
Justin Tucker.
John Luke, this is the kicking legend for the Baltimore Ravens, Justin Tucker. Before we move on from this one, I'm going to give you your point. How early are you drafting Justin Tucker this year, JL?
101.
101. James, do you agree, or would you draft him earlier than that?
Good question.
No.
No? Huh.
No.
Joey, no,
Hadn't
yes,
considered
or otherwise?
Otherwise.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, I like the otherwise.
So, guys, that is how you should handle Justin Tucker this year in fantasy. John
kick.
Luke, can you a
Unless
little bit
it's Scott
closer to the-
Fishbowl, and then he may be on my squad.
Mr. Scamper's in here getting that one right. Nice job. And Victor showing up. What's up, Victor? Smash
What up,
that like
Victor?
button. Appreciate it.
That's
brought
Justin
Chatos today?
Tucker's tiny little signature helmet right there where my finger's pointing.
He's got such
Hey,
a
good.
little head.
A little tiny
Hey.
helmet, yeah.
Go to bed, Coop. You got to wake up in the morning for a show.
Yeah, good
Leave us alone.
time.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for your next prompt, James? I believe this one is coming your way after that one went to JL.
Thank God.
Okay. Your next prompt, the category is NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Some very lost medieval Scandinavians.
No.
It's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Those are the Minnesota Vikings. They are a long way from home and a long time from home as well, finding their way in Minnesota. James, that's going to earn you an additional point. And maybe Dustin will unban me from writing vague descriptions because we've been on a hot streak here, baby. You guys are
Yeah.
killing it now.
This is good. I like.
Can't wait to miss this one.
Yeah, Joey, just in time to ruin it. Are you ready for your next one?
Yep.
Okay. And your next one, Joey, is a TV show.
I don't watch TV.
Well, the category is TV show, and the question is a stupid question everyone would answer yes to.
How I Met Your Mother?
That's what I was thinking. JL, we are in lockstep today.
Stupid question. Everyone would answer
What
yes
stupid
to.
question? Okay, so a dumb question.
No, it specifically says stupid question.
What's it going to be, Joey?
Twin Peaks. I don't know.
Twin Peaks is incorrect. John Luke, you got a guess for this.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
That is a great answer, John
Yes.
Luke, but it is not
Damn
the
it.
one I came up with. And
Oh,
that is not correct. James, do you have an answer here?
a stupid question. Everybody would answer yes to.
You got to think of what stupid TV Simon watches.
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to
Dumb
figure out
TV.
here. Stupid
Any
question.
TV show poses a
Everybody-
question in the title,
everyone
Simon's
would
hooked.
answer yes to.
He's like, they're asking me.
I don't know. Truth or dare? I don't know, dude. I'm
Truth or
guessing.
dare is incorrect.
Yes.
Joey,
That's not the game. It's truth or dare. Yes.
One Piece.
One Piece? No, two piece. JL, this is the last chance for redemption here. Do you know this? Oh, no, James will get one more shot because this was Joey's.
Oh man.
Unless he doesn't want it. You guys can also choose to pass.
I'll go with Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory is incorrect. James, you got one more guess for us?
No, I don't pass.
Pass. We're going to end with the chat beating you guys, both Dustin and Maria getting this one with who wants to be a millionaire. I guess yes would be a weird answer to that question, but
Well,
they figured it out.
like I'd rather be a billionaire.
Who wants to be a millionaire? Yes.
Also, I love Coop's answer in here. Are you afraid of the dark? That would have been.
Are you afraid of the dark? Yeah,
Yes.
That show was dope.
No.
Whoa.
Grim fan said Bachelorette. Maria with Say Yes to the Dress.
Oh.
And also,
That would've worked.
before we head out here, that was the last vague description, meaning James is going to be the winner of today's game. Grim fan wanted to come in and say, Joey, Dynamite and Rampage were awesome live last night. I had a fantastic time. Happy to hear it, Grim, and happy that you joined us today to watch James come on and dominate yet again in another game.
Part of that 66%, bro.
Oh, it's going to be higher than that now. You are now 5 of 7 guests to come in and beat us at this game.
James, no more fractions.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with us. Everybody watching, if you're not following James, fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at ff_chef. It's right there below his handsome face on the screen. James, this was an absolute blast. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us today.
Guys, it's always a great time coming over here. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, look at that. We did it.
Everyone touched James through the screen.
I want to try something earlier. Can we make it work since we have time? Like,
sure.
I am Simon's lower body. You got to sink down a little bit, Simon. Sink down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that works pretty well.
All right. Thanks.
All right, guys. That is going to be it for the 2 hosts here today. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun. But if you stick around here on BSN, coming up next, we've got Better Sports Betting with Dan Servadidio and Justin Fensterman. So don't leave that BSN YouTube channel just yet. Until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your day. Adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fensterman.
Oh, my God. I freaked out. I thought I wasn't wearing pants.
Fenster.